Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of the Amazing Shinsengumi, Heroes in Love. We are on chapter 5 with Nagakura Shinpachi. I can't keep my feelings in anymore, which hopefully is his side because he's the one that needs to clue in on things more. Or we might have to start being more forward ourselves. Well, anyway, you can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Just as Shinpachi had worried, the anti-foreigners led a surprise attack on the Shinsengumi. We didn't return to base until dawn. As soon as we got back to the base, I was able to treat Shinpachi's wounds. I was finally able to ease up a bit. I immediately grabbed the medicine box and started to treat Shinpachi's wounds. I'm going to apply some medicine to your wounds. It might sting a little. I warily put the medicine on Shinpachi's injuries.
Ugh, it stings.
Yeah, I warned you about that. Shinpachi became a little teary-eyed, but he lay there silently enduring the pain.
I'm really glad you came. I've never had my injuries treated properly until you came along. Thanks a lot.
Shinpachi said it so earnestly, I was a bit embarrassed. I am happy to hear that. No, I'm not. I'm not happy to hear they never treated his injuries properly before. You should have been taking care of yourself, man. I smiled at him, and he smiled at me in return. Still, I'm so glad you're safe. Although he was injured, I was relieved once again that Shinpachi was safe and sound. The Shinpachi. I've never seen such an intense battle before in my life. I was so worried.
Yeah, at one point I thought I was going to die. But this was the first time I thought I couldn't let myself die.
Huh? Why? Because of me! He didn't want to leave me alone.
I wonder. I can't say it right now.
Because he couldn't leave his cute pet at home. It sounded meaningful, but I could see a bit of sadness in his face as he said those words.
More importantly, when I saw you at Ikedaya, I thought my heart was going to stop beating.
I'm sorry. I was lost in my own worries then.
Well, looking back, it's all fine now. You have to promise me you won't ever do anything like that again, okay? If you do that over and over, my heart is going to fail on me. That time, if I said, if something were to happen to me, you'd worry, right?
Yeah.
It's the same with me. If something ever were to happen to you, I'd...
Shinpachi.
Promise me you won't do anything crazy like that ever again. You can promise me that much, right?
Shinpachi looked deep into my eyes, and I promise. Although I'm probably lying. Okay, I promise. I told him.
Thank you.
He looked relieved and started to smile.
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm happy to hear that. When you worried about me, and when you came to my side...
Shinpachi looked into my eyes. His eyes were warm and straightforward. I couldn't look away. As he stared at me, my heart beat faster. Then I remembered I was in the middle of treating his wound. Oh, sorry. I haven't finished patching you up. I started to treat Shinpachi's wounds again to hide my increased heart rate. My heart wouldn't stop pounding because I could feel his eyes on me. I finished putting bandages on him and glanced over at Shinpachi. He was staring straight at me.
Hey.
Yeah?
Up until now, I was too embarrassed to ask, but... you don't mind me calling you by your first name, right?
Blushing just for that? Huh?
I mean, I was just thinking maybe you had a nickname you preferred or something. We live in the same house, so that means we're like family. I don't want to call you something you don't like.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just a thought. I just want to make you feel comfortable while you're here.
Shinpachi looked embarrassed as he looked away from me. His cheeks looked pink.
You can call me whatever you like as well. How does that sound?
Well, I already call you Shinpachi, so I'm already calling him by his first name. I want you to call me by my name. Okay, I want you to call me by my name. That would make me happy.
Okay, I'll continue calling you Chizuru.
Although he was embarrassed, Shinpachi looked happy and laughed while he spoke.
I see. Then you call me whatever you like.
Huh? Are you sure?
Yeah, call me anything you like.
Okay, then I will.
Great. It's a little embarrassing, but I'm glad we can be comfortable with each other.
I couldn't tell Shinpachi was embarrassed, but he looked satisfied and started laughing. On this day, we settled on continuing to call each other by our first names. few days passed and Captain Kondo issued new orders. Everyone who was injured during the Ikedaya incident was to rest for a few days. Shinpachi was one of the people affected, so he stayed at the base resting for a few days. I get to take care of him! Even though he was at the base, I didn't see him around very much. Where did Shinpachi go? Disobeying orders, he's not relaxing and recovering, he's probably training the guys. If I rest too long, my body will become weak. Did he say that? I wonder if he's off training by himself. As I was thinking that, I saw Shinpachi come back into the base. Shinpachi, where have you been?
Hey, Shizuru, I just went into town.
You went into town? You almost never go there. Were you buying something for me? What'd you get me?
Well, you know, sometimes a change of pace is good. More importantly, can you sit right there?
He pointed at the porch inside the base. I did as he said and sat down on the porch. Huh? Shinpachi suddenly kneeled down and touched my feet. What? In shock, I watched as he took off my shoe and, in its place, he put on a brand new pair. These are...
Do you remember when your sandal strap broke? I kept thinking how they still must have been broken. If you'd like, wear these instead.
Are you sure?
Of course. I want you to wear them.
Shinpachi had a refreshing smile on his face, and my heart throbbed after seeing it. Shinpachi, you did all this for me. Even though I received new shoes from Shinpachi, there was a reason I hesitated to put them on. Thank you so much, Shinpachi. I'm really happy. But I want to wear my old sandals a bit longer.
What? Why? The strap is broken, and the only thing holding them together is my handkerchief.
Yeah, that's why I want to wear them.
Huh?
Those sandals stand as a sign of your kindness. Oh, that's so sweet and sentimental of me. The handkerchief you used to replace the strap holds a special meaning for me. That's why I want to wear my old sandals a bit longer.
Chizuru. That's just like you to do something like that. I'm glad you feel that way about it. Okay, it's settled. You'll wear your old ones a little longer, and the new ones later on.
Well, I'm glad I didn't let him misunderstand that. Yep. I smiled and nodded, looking satisfied. Shinpachi smiled at me in return. After seeing his smile, my heart beat faster. Every time I see him smile, I feel so happy. I'm more attracted to Shinpachi as each new day passes. This must be... I was staring at Shinpachi's smile and realizing my own feelings when... Falling in love isn't allowed. What? I didn't notice him until now, but Soji was standing close by, staring at us. Soji!
Hey, Soji, shouldn't you be sleeping?
I'll be fine. I need to move my body around now and then. Otherwise, I would die. I heard Soji fell ill after the Ikedaya incident and was taken off frontline duty. Since then, he hadn't gone out to work and continued resting. More importantly, I'll say it again, but falling in love isn't allowed here. Well, they didn't say that during your route or Harada's. What's that supposed to mean? Just like I said, people in the Shinsengumi aren't allowed to fall in love. Huh?
Yeah, I knew that.
I didn't know the men in the Shinsengumi weren't allowed to fall in love. But, why is it not allowed? It's so we don't leave any lingering attachments. We put our lives on the line when we fight. If we're scared to die, we can't fight properly. We have to fight thinking it's okay to die. If we had loved ones, we'd compromise that mindset and want to live on for them. Oh. After hearing Soji's words, I remembered the time I put bandages on Shinpachi's wounds.
At one point, I thought I was going to die. But this was the first time I thought I couldn't let myself die.
Huh? Why?
I wonder. I can't say it right now.
Shinpachi looked sad after saying that. Could it be... Is Shinpachi in love? Wait, why did you say that? Well, looking at you two, that thought just came to me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against people falling in love. Well then, see ya. Soji smiled as he left us. So what if he falls in love, does he have to commit seppuku? Shinpachi was deep in thought. He didn't say a word. Shinpachi had been quiet for a while now. Should I talk to him? Probably. Let's see, I shall... Are you okay? I was worried about Shinpachi as he stayed silent, so I called out to him. Shinpachi, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I was just thinking to myself.
Shinpachi was really deep into his thoughts. It was like he was 100% there. This is the first time I've seen him so caught up in his thoughts. I wonder what he's so worried about. About being in love, of course. I guess he really is in love with someone. Oh God, you don't even know that it's you? When I thought that, it felt like someone stabbed me in the heart. Shinpachi let out a deep sigh as he continued thinking. Then when he turned to me, he smiled like always.
Sorry, it's not like me to think so hard like that.
No, that's not...
Well, see ya.
He smiled as he said his farewell. He returned to his room. As I watched him leave, it looked like he was drifting into his thoughts again. I went to help Shinpachi with his worries, but if he's worried about his love life, could I even be of any help to him? Yes, because he loves you! Honestly, my heart was in pain just thinking about Shinpachi being with another woman. Once again, my feelings for Shinpachi had been confirmed. I'm in love with Shinpachi. I realized my sprouting feelings. My chest was hot, but at the same time it hurt. The Shinsengumi aren't allowed to fall in love. Soji's words echoed in my mind over and over again. That night, I couldn't sleep. I was engrossed in thought as I lay down in bed. My feelings for Shinpachi grew stronger, and I didn't know what to do about it. I wanted to tell him my feelings, but the Shinsengumi weren't allowed to fall in love. I can't believe I fell in love with Shinpachi without knowing it. What should I do about these feelings? I shall unwisely confess them. I don't know. I mean, if it wasn't against the law, it would be fine, but... I don't know, I guess we can at least talk about it and figure out what to do. My feelings finally sprouted. I just can't ignore them. I love you, Shinpachi. Is he even in the room? I mumbled those words as if I was verifying my feelings. I guess not. I'm just practicing. I made up my mind. I'll tell Shinpachi how I feel. But I'm not gonna get the chance yet, am I? There's no way I could clear up my feelings thinking like that. I need to go to sleep early. I don't want my feelings to intervene with my work. I tried to force myself to sleep, but when I closed my eyes...
Chizuru?
Someone was calling for me at my door. It was a very familiar voice. That's... Shinpachi, of course. It's Shinpachi. There's no doubt about it.
It's me. Can you open the door?
My heart pounded because Shinpachi came to visit me. In the middle of the night? I slowly opened the door. Shinpachi calmly stood there. Shinpachi.
Sorry for coming at a time like this. I just needed to see your face.
Huh?
Can I come in?
No, stand outside the door and talk to me. Yes, be my guest. I invited Shinpachi in. He didn't look like his usual self. Suddenly, something surprising happened. It was out of the blue. Shinpachi embraced me. He held me tight with great force. Shinpachi? I didn't understand why this was happening, but my face and my entire body were burning hot. I couldn't help it because Shinpachi was hugging me.
Even if it's not allowed, it's too late to keep my feelings inside. When I was at Ikidaya, I thought I couldn't die yet. I wished I could continue living with you.
Shinpachi. He slowly put both his hands on my face and looked deep into my eyes.
Sorry for saying this all of a sudden, but I can't keep my feelings in anymore. I love you, Chizuru. Will you stay by my side?
I couldn't hide my joy at hearing his unexpected confession. My heart was throbbing uncontrollably. I felt like I was going to cry at any moment. Yes, me too. I love you too. Please let me be by your side. Shinpachi looked relieved and laughed with joy after hearing my answer. He kept looking into my eyes and put his face closer. He slowly laid his lips atop mine. We desired each other. We kept exchanging long and deep kisses. As my body felt like it was melting, Shinpachi laid me down on the floor. What, really? I didn't even expect to get this far this early. I'm surprised he came and actually made a move. I never forgot that passionate night. I was connected and united with my beloved. This is so weird. Sanosuke was the one who waited the longest so far. And he's supposed to be the playboy? I embraced Shinpachi's bare body. I wish we could be like this forever. He's like the most manly one. I want to see his bare body. At least the top part. We haven't even seen him shirtless yet. Chapter 6 will be, I'm the leader of the Shinsengumi first, and a human second. Oh, that means he's gonna have to put his duties before us, doesn't it? That's not gonna be a happy thing. Well, I gotta go to bed now, 'cause it's 3:21, so I'll pick this up the next day. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you in my other videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.